guys, welcome to my DIY channel. My name is Annalie and I'm back! You guys, it feels so good to be back. I took a little break from YouTube in the summertime because I really had some issues going on and I really just needed to be there for my family. And then right as I started to come back or tried to come back, my entire family got sick with COVID. So that was a whole nother month setback. But you guys, we are okay. Everybody is good. Everybody is healthy and recovering and we are doing good.
For this first project, we will be using these little chalkboard signs that you can pick up at the Dollar Tree. I love using these as just little signs. They're quick, easy, you can decorate them, and these make such cute statements for fall, especially if you are using them on like some floating shelves or even in just like a 3-tiered tray. So I went ahead and I just stained the outside edges. I'm actually going to show you guys just how I make one because this video, as you can see, is quite long. So using the scrapbook paper, I actually picked up this scrapbook paper from a little store down in Utah called The Wood Connection. I will have their website linked down below for you guys, but I went ahead and I picked out one that fit perfectly and I cut it out, made it fit down to size really well. And then I just used a glue stick to glue this in. You can use wood glue or Mod Podge. Sometimes I find that it makes my paper really wet and then if it crinkles my paper just a little bit. So I decided to just use a glue stick, which since this is just sitting up on a shelf, it's actually not going to do anything. You also can put a layer of Mod Podge on top of this to seal it. I really like to do that. I just didn't do that with these yet. I will probably go back in and seal these, but this is what it looks like on the shelf.
Today's video is part of a collaboration with an amazing group of people. This is so exciting that my first video back gets to be with these people. This collab is hosted by David Owen Creates, and I will have his channel linked down below for you guys. There will also be a playlist with all of the videos so that you guys can check out everybody in this collab and see all of the videos and all of the inspiration. Be sure to make sure that you check out David Owen down below and also check out the playlist, and let's get back into the video.
This next project is going to be from a Dollar Tree canvas. So here you're going to see me opening an 8x10 canvas because I am using this 8x10 canvas for some other projects. But the project that we're going to be using, I used a 5x7 actually, but I did the exact same thing. So I went ahead and I took all of the canvas off. You guys can see some bugs flying around. There are so many flies around here. We have pigs and it's just going crazy. But I went ahead and I sanded these edges nice and smooth, and then I went ahead and I stained them. You can see that I have a bunch of frames there. I did a big, kind of almost like assembly line of tearing off canvas and staining, and I did all sizes. I just didn't get any footage of me doing the actual size that I used. So here's that 5x7 size. I'm just tracing it onto some foam core board right here and then cutting that out. This is a card that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I love the little orange truck on it. So I went ahead and I went to put this in the frame. It's just a little bit too small around the edges. So I just went ahead and I used a paint marker from Arteza to fill in the edges to kind of fill in that border because I wanted it to show orange instead of white. I thought it just would kind of give it a cute little accent within the frame. And so since it's going to be covering it up on both sides, I just did it really, really quickly. So then using some hot glue, I hot glued the foam core piece to the frame. And then we're going to be putting the little truck card onto the front of the foam core board. And then we have a cute little framed truck. Again, just another little piece that looks high end, but it's perfect for a floating shelf display or just some 3-tiered trays. Very simple, but I love how cute this is. Make sure to find the cards or look for the cards and see if you can find them in the Dollar Tree because you really can find some cute ones. All right, and this project is again from Dollar Tree. While walking the aisles, I saw these cute bathroom soap dispensers and toothbrush holders, and I thought those colors are so cute for fall. And then I was looking at the tops of them and I was like, oh my goodness, with the fall floral arrangements the Dollar Tree has right now, I think that would look so cute with these colors. So that's exactly what I did. I took these home and I took out the pumpers and I decided to just kind of, as Heidi says, zhuzh them up a little bit. I love when she says that. And so I went ahead and I didn't want to take away from just the pretty simplicity of the actual jars themselves. And so I just went ahead and I used some jute twine to give it a little bit of fall accent. I love it because it's brown, a little bit farmhouse, but also high end. And so I went ahead and just kind of did a different detail on each one. Some I just tied some jute twine around, the others I wrapped around the top, and one of them I ended up just leaving completely plain. But I love how these turned out with just turning them into little vases. They turned out so cute. Wait until you see them with the floral in them, and they were so easy to do, you guys, and literally only $2 to make. Maybe even $2.50 because I already had the jute twine, but just $1 for the vase and then $1 for the floral because I didn't use a ton of floral. Super high end, but very, very unaffordable and easy to do. I was recently able to raid the Target dollar spot, and I found these 2 wooden crates that came together for $3, maybe $5. Actually, it was probably $5, but such a good deal. And you guys know that I love me just some pretty wood that's stained, and so I went ahead and just sanded these down and then stained them in the color Jacobean. And I did both of them the same color, and I am going to have them for multiple uses. You can use them year round. You could use these at Christmas, fall, during the summer. They'll be fun to just put some lemons in during the summer. I'm going to put some pumpkins in them for the fall. And also I'm going to be doing something with the bottom of that back right there and setting it up almost like a sign because I thought that would look really cute. And then I'm going to show you the final reveal in just a minute. This is another little sign that I got from the Target dollar spot. And I went ahead and I just used my cutting machine. I have a silhouette as well as a Cricut. And in my silhouette, I just have this little decal that I purchased last year. And so I just used my silhouette to cut this out and used it as a stencil to make a cute little picket sign for hayrides. I thought that was so cute that we're going to be telling everybody that there's some hayrides over with the pumpkin patch. And so I went ahead and transferred this on. And then I will be using some Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin for the hayrides, and then just some Arteza acrylic paint for that cute little arrow, and we're just going to sponge that on. Here it is all done, and I'm actually going to hot glue this into the smaller wooden crate, put some hay in there. Thought it was fitting for, well, it's fake hay, but from the Dollar Tree. Thought that was fitting for hay rides. And then we're just gonna put some pumpkins in there and some hay. I just wanted to show you that you could do it with or without that little faux hay. But I got these little tiny pumpkins that are in there from Walmart in those different colors, and I just put those in and thought that would look so cute to tell everybody where the hay rides are. This little sign here was from my stash. I actually cannot remember where I got this because it has been so long since I got this. So I'm going to be using and kind of repurposing a DIY in this. If you guys remember a summer video that I did with a fall, a summer video with a fall wreath. That makes sense. Wreath. You guys, seriously, struggling. Talking is so hard for me ever since I had COVID. I mean, I struggled before, but really, come on, you guys, COVID brain is a real thing. So I went ahead and I had a wreath that I made, and it fell apart. It fell off of my front door due to a windstorm, and it was a foam wreath, and the foam broke. So I had these little paper flowers that I made for this wreath with some greenery, and I really love them, so I didn't want them to go to waste. So I went ahead and I took this sign that I already had, and then I took the paper flowers and this little greenery spray that I had on the wreath, and I just hot glued this to this little sign instead, because so far this is all repurposed items, so far it's free. And then using these cute words that you can get from the Dollar Tree, they had them last year. Thankfully, they brought them back this year. I went ahead and I pulled out the thankful one, and I liked it metal, but I also thought that I wanted it to match the flowers. So I tried painting it and I loved it. So I'm so glad that I ended up going with that option. So I went ahead and I painted it. My battery died, didn't realize it. So I just kept going, painting and gluing it all together when I realized. And so here it is kind of all put together. And then I just fed some jute twine through those holes right there to create a little hanging sign. And there we have it, just a cute little hanging sign. This would look good hanging up all by itself, or it would also look really good if you put it like in the middle of a wreath. Going back to some Dollar Tree items, there are these cute little mason jar signs that you can get at the Dollar Tree right now. I love these. I picked up a whole bunch of them because I feel like I could do there's just so much you can create with these cute little signs. So for this one, I am just doing something very simple. Again, just using the scrapbook paper that I have from the Wood Connection. I wanted to keep that little jute twine bow, but I didn't take it off. I just lifted it so that I could sand all of the glitter off, and then we will be using some more of the glue stick to put a cute little piece of paper over this to cover this up. I know these projects are very simple and easy to make, and I wanted to show you guys that you can get some high-end decor just using items from the Dollar Tree and from the Target Dollar Spot, and even stuff that you have from your stash or just repurposing. And so I have come back from a pretty lengthy break, especially from having COVID, and so I am coming back just a little bit slow and taking it easy. I will be doing some bigger projects very soon, but for right now, these projects were perfect for my timing and for just to kind of ease me back into coming back, because like I said, I am a little bit slower right now. And once my paper was on and all set back down or glued back down, I went ahead and I used some hot glue to just glue that cute little jute twine bow back into place so that it looked good. And that's it. Again, a cute little piece just to put on a 3-tiered tray, or just a little accent piece to go with like your bigger pieces on your shelf. For this DIY, I am using these cute wooden tiles that you can get. I can get these year-round from Walmart, and whenever they have them, I stock up on them. They come 3 in a pack for like $4 or $5, and I am obsessed with them. If you guys remember, I used them last year for Christmas, and I even used some for spring this year. I love to use them because they are another small little piece to make an accent sign to go on your shelf or a 3-tiered tray if you want. And so for here, I'm just using 2 of them, and then I will be using these cute wooden laser cutout woods or fall sayings that you can get from the Dollar Tree right now. I love that the Dollar Tree came out with these, you guys. Oh, I'm also staining this in the color Jacobian, in case anybody was wondering. But these cute little signs that you can get from the Dollar Tree, they come 6 in a pack. So all of these were in 1 pack for $1. You guys, I picked up as many of these as I could because I love these, and I hope they continue to come out with these throughout the rest of the year. For Christmas, for summer, for all of them. You guys, this is just such a grand slam from the Dollar Tree this year. So we're going to be using these. I went ahead and stained the outer edges of some of these, and then using some chalk paint and some acrylic paint, I went ahead and I mixed this up together to make a cute teal green sign. So this is probably not the best way to mix your colors. I kind of just am mixing this right here in the middle of my project. That's definitely risky because if you don't like this color, then you could always sand it off, but it's just more work. But I wanted kind of that cute little like seafoam green that you can get with those like teal pumpkins. It's like, I think more green than blue, but a cute little green blue. So I went ahead and I just kept adding green and blue to it until I got the desired color, and then painted that all out, let that dry, and then of course sanded that down really, really good so that it didn't have any high spots or uneven parts, and also just to kind of make it look a little bit worn down. I love the look of a sanded down paint look. Just, you guys, I love me some distressing, and you know that. Using these cute little pumpkins that you can get from the Dollar Tree, I cut this one in half, and we're going to be gluing this down here at the bottom, and we're going to be using the Give Thanks one, and then we're going to be using some of that burgundy colored floral. I wanted to add just a little bit more to this to break up all of that blue, and so this is one of my favorite things to do. If you guys ever want to make a sign and just kind of break it up a little bit and you don't want to use paper or vinyl, just tape off some sections and paint on some cute lines, and then you can also sand them down, and it just makes it look super rustic but gives just such a cute little detail. I love doing this both vertically and horizontally in a lot of my signs. So once that was done, then it was time to go ahead and assemble my cute little sign here. And so I'm going to get everything hot glued on, like you're going to see here in just a minute. Hopefully, I guess I'm taking my sweet time sanding this, but we'll get everything glued on, and then we're going to have a cute little sign. And I will do 2 of these before showing you the final reveal. For that second one, I am just going to be using this one that says Hello Fall. I went ahead and this is some acrylic paint from Arteza. I will have all the paint from Arteza that I use linked down below. But I went ahead and I mixed some of this together. This is actually really close to the pumpkin color in Waverly chalk paint, but I wanted this to be a little bit more burnt, so I did some yellows and oranges and painted that Hello Fall. I also sponged it to give it a really textured look. And then this is just some scrapbook paper that I picked up from Joann's. I went ahead and I cut this down to the inside, and again with our glue stick, gluing this down. There's no wrinkles or bumps or bubbles with this. I went ahead and I put that paper down, and then just glued on the Hello Fall and a cute little jute twine bow, because sometimes I feel like I overdo it and I want some pieces that are just more simple, and so that it kind of, I don't know, less is more sometimes. And apparently I didn't want to show you the final reveal right there. Maybe the final reveal is coming up. This is a little piece that I got from the Target dollar spot. Again, like I said, you guys, I picked up a whole bunch of good stuff there. It's technically a scoreboard, but we're going to be using the other side of this to make a cute sign that is very popular right now. I believe that this is probably originally from Kirkland's. I'm not quite sure. I recently saw a lot of people do this sign, and so I want to give credit to everybody that I've seen do this sign. This definitely is not my original idea, but it is so easy to do. I just cut this out in vinyl and just put this on to the sign that was already ready to go. Easiest and simplest DIY you will ever do. And that's it. That's it, you guys.
Thank you so much for those of you who are still here at the end, you guys. I'm so excited to be back and doing end segments with you. Thank you to those who said how much you love the end segment and that this was the part of my channel that you missed the most. I'm so excited, you guys. So I have a really simple and easy one, but don't worry, get really excited because even though I was gone from YouTube, I still was getting a whole bunch of good stuff. So I have a lot of good stuff to share with you guys. But one thing that I would like to share with you guys today is something that my family and I have been doing. We started this in the middle of the summer, especially when we were trying to get through COVID and get through everything and whatnot, and then we started the school year. So as you guys know, school is back in, and I know that there are some of you that probably have kids in school or grandkids in school. If you guys have followed me for a while, then you know that I've mentioned before in my videos that I live right next to a canal, and so because of that I'm with guys in the summertime, there are so many bugs and flies, and I'm not talking just like your regular house flies. I'm talking about like those tiny little midgies, I think that's what they're called. And this year has been so bad. It's been so bad. And we have pigs. I don't know if you guys have been following me. If you have, we have pigs. We got pigs this year. We're pig farmers now. We have a whole bunch of animals on the farm. And so I don't know if it's the pigs. I don't know if it's the year. I don't know if it's just a combination of everything in between. But there are so many bugs and so many flies. And I'm telling you, they are like literally in my face. Like they're flying at me. Like they're sticking to my lips. Like it is insane. I'm sorry to have like this total freak out. I'm using a Dollar Tree canvas right now to like swat them away and like protect myself. It's insane. It's insane. All right, tangent. I'm so sorry. Get back into the video. I want to talk to you about what we do with our kids when we get ready to send them back to school. We do a couple things. We sit down with our kids and we talk to them. The biggest thing that we talk to them about is the most important thing that they can learn while at school is being kind, the power of kindness, the power of just being good to everybody else. You guys know that this world is crazy and hard enough as it is. Just last May, there was a school shooting in our school district. It was about not even a mile down the road from where my son's elementary school is. Very scary. Those of us who don't homeschool and use public schools, we send our children out into the world every single day, and that's scary. We hope that they will come back home to us every day. So we sit down and we talk to our kids. We talk to our kids about kindness. We talk to our kids about differences. We talk to our kids about friendship. We talk to our kids about bullying. We talk to them about all of it. Talk to them about differences, about kids who are different, about kids who are lonely, about kids who look different, act different, physically are different. We talk to them and we always teach them to be kind, to make someone's day. So what routine for us is we love to kneel together every morning in family prayer before we start our day. After we're done with the prayer, we go around in a circle and I ask every single one of us, how am I going to be great today? What is something that I am going to do that is great? What is something that I'm going to do that is extra? What is something that I'm going to do that provides service? Each one of us go around the circle and we all answer this question. My hope is that my kids will think about these things, that my kids will think about other students, that they will think about kids who are sitting alone at the lunch table or not playing with anybody at recess. It is my hope that they will be the kids who will be kind and friends to other children. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to check out the comment box down below and make sure that you check out David Owen and the playlist and all the other awesome people in this collab. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Thank you so much for your patience in waiting for me while I took a break from YouTube. I'm so grateful for you guys and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. So from a bunch of YouTubers, and you guys, there are so many bugs. There are so many bugs. Kids, when we get ready, almost be caught off guard for our family. Cool, and I tell it after we're done, we go around that I'm gonna do. Seriously, I want them to just say it, but I said, look for things that you like. If somebody's wearing a shirt that you like, or if someone also has, oh my gosh!